Have you ever wondered why, despite all your efforts, money never seems to arrive? Like there's an invisible barrier between you and your dreams? Maybe you've followed all the rules, worked hard, yet prosperity still feels like a distant concept. The truth is, the answer to this feeling of being stuck isn't about working harder or sacrificing your happiness. There's something deeper that needs to be unlocked. Something that has far more to do with your mindset and what you believe is possible. In this video, you'll discover that true abundance doesn't begin with the bank or your financial accounts. It begins inside you, in the way you relate to money and the opportunities around you. And surprisingly, the key to this transformation is closer than you might think. Small changes in how you think and feel can unlock a flow of prosperity that's always been within your reach, just waiting to be embraced. Get ready for a journey that will change your perception of wealth. I know it sounds bold, but what you're about to hear could be the difference between staying stuck in the cycle of lack and opening yourself up to a new reality. Stay with me until the end, because the answers you've been looking for might just be right here, ready to transform your life. From a young age, we learn to see the world through the eyes of those around us. Phrases like, "money is hard to get," or "life is a struggle," get imprinted in our minds and eventually become our truths. Without realizing it, we grow up believing that prosperity is reserved for a select few or that it comes with hardship. These beliefs seep into our subconscious, shaping our relationship with money and the opportunities that come our way. The problem is that these beliefs often go unchallenged, continuing to direct our lives and blocking the path to abundance. In Buddhism, there is a profound teaching that compares the mind to a garden. Limiting beliefs are like weeds. If left to grow unchecked, they choke the plants that could thrive. Similarly, if we don't tend to our thoughts, negativity, fear, and scarcity take over. The mind can be trained. Just as a gardener removes weeds so the garden can flourish, we too can eliminate the beliefs that prevent us from seeing the potential the world has to offer. Reprogramming the mind isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process that requires patience and awareness. The first step is recognizing that money, at its core, is neutral. It's neither good nor bad. It simply reflects the energy and value we assign to it. Once we start to shift the way we think about money, we begin to notice that abundance is all around us, waiting to be embraced. By replacing limiting beliefs with thoughts of possibility, we open the door for prosperity to flow naturally. Many of us, however, are so used to living in fear and scarcity that we don't even realize how it affects every decision we make. If you believe that the world doesn't have enough for you, your actions will reflect that belief. Every opportunity will be met with distrust, and every dream will be sabotaged before it has a chance to take root. What blocks the flow of abundance isn't the outside world, but the limited vision we create within ourselves. To change that, an internal awakening is needed. This awakening begins with understanding that scarcity is an illusion. The world is naturally abundant, just as the sun doesn't stop shining or trees don't compete for light. There's enough for everyone. When we shift our focus to what we already have, rather than what's missing, we start to attract more. And this transformation is possible when we tend to our minds like a garden, removing limiting beliefs and planting seeds of gratitude and abundance. Slowly, life begins to bloom in ways that once seemed impossible. Gratitude is a quiet force that holds the power to transform our reality. When we look at life with genuine thankfulness, something profound begins to change within us. It's not just about being polite or acknowledging what we have. It's about truly feeling gratitude in every part of our being. What many don't realize is that by cultivating this practice, we are also opening the doors for more abundance to flow into our lives. Gratitude is like a key that, when turned, completely shifts how we perceive the world around us. Buddhism teaches that by focusing on the present and what we already have, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life. It's easy to get lost in thoughts about what we haven't achieved yet, but when we shift our attention to the now, to the things we've already been given, we realize we have far more than we imagined. This practice of constant gratitude creates an internal resonance that starts to attract more things to be thankful for. And this isn't just about material possessions, but also opportunities, connections, and experiences that bring meaning to our lives. If you've made it this far and feel like these ideas resonate with you, take this moment to strengthen our community. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This doesn't just help spread the message to more people, it also creates a continuous learning space for all of us. Together, we can attract even more abundance into our lives. When we practice gratitude regularly, we begin to shift the energy we send out into the universe. That sense of lack starts to fade away, and in its place, a feeling of wholeness emerges. Every small victory, every moment of peace, becomes a reason to be grateful. And in this shift of perspective, magic happens. The more you give thanks, the more the universe responds, bringing even more reasons to be grateful. What once felt scarce is now seen through new eyes, and life begins to rearrange itself to reflect this new perspective. However, practicing gratitude shouldn't only happen in the easy moments. It's in the challenges that gratitude becomes even more powerful. When we can find something to be thankful for, even in tough times, we strengthen our connection with life's natural flow. It's like turning darkness into light, one step at a time. Gratitude not only changes our perception, but also puts us in a position of openness, where more opportunities can arise. In this way, the cycle of scarcity is broken, and a new cycle of prosperity and joy begins. Scarcity is one of the deepest illusions we carry throughout life. From a young age, we are conditioned to focus on what's missing, on what we don't have, and this shapes how we see the world. A constant feeling of insufficiency settles in, along with the belief that the world doesn't have enough for everyone. But Buddhism teaches us that the true source of suffering is in the mind, in our attachment to these illusions. Scarcity is, in reality, a reflection of fear, a belief that, if fed, perpetuates an endless cycle of lack. The truth is that the world is naturally abundant. Life doesn't know scarcity, just as the sun never stops shining or trees don't compete for light. There's enough for everyone, but when we believe otherwise, we create a reality of limitation. When we live trapped in the idea that there isn't enough, our thoughts, actions, and decisions reflect that belief. Distrust, self-sabotage, and hesitation become invisible barriers that block the flow of opportunities. And this is where the cycle of scarcity takes root. Breaking this cycle requires a shift in perspective, an internal transformation. In Buddhism, this is called seeing the true nature of things. When you realize that scarcity is just a myth created by the mind, you begin to free yourself. Instead of focusing on what's missing, start recognizing what already exists. Simply shifting your focus changes the energy you send out, allowing more good things to come your way. Abundance is already around you, waiting to be embraced. The first step is to open yourself to this truth. This change, however, doesn't happen all at once. It's a process that requires awareness in every thought, in every automatic reaction that says, "I can't," or "this isn't for me." In these moments of doubt, it's crucial to remember that scarcity is a mental creation, not an absolute truth. The more we feed this belief, the more it manifests in our lives. But when we manage to silence these inner voices and open ourselves to the possibility of abundance, we discover that the universe has always had more to offer than we imagined. Just like a river flows freely, abundance flows to those who are ready to receive it. The only thing that blocks this flow is the belief that it doesn't exist. When you dissolve that belief, you become part of the river, allowing life to flow toward you. What once seemed impossible, distant, or out of reach begins to naturally come closer. The simple truth is this: the universe has never been lacking. It's only the belief in scarcity that made us think so. Action is essential to turning intentions into reality. Life demands movement, decisions, and concrete steps toward our goals. However, the quality of the action we take is what truly makes a difference. If we act in haste or out of desperation, the energy of lack and fear permeates our efforts. This makes the process exhausting and often ineffective. But when action is taken with clarity, confidence, and a sense that everything is unfolding as it should, that same action becomes light, fluid, and incredibly powerful. This is where the concept of detachment comes in. In Buddhism, we learn that attachment is the root of suffering, whether it's to money, success, or a specific outcome. Detachment, on the other hand, doesn't mean giving up or stopping our efforts. It means letting go of the need to control every detail. It's about understanding that after giving our best, the universe has its own role to play. When we act without the weight of expectation, we create space for life to surprise us in ways we couldn't foresee. Imagine planting a seed. You water it, care for it, but you don't dig into the soil every day to check if it's growing. You trust in the natural process of life, knowing the result will come at the right time. The same applies to abundance. When we take the necessary steps, do our best, and then release the outcome, the fear of loss disappears. And with that, what once seemed hard to achieve begins to flow more easily. True abundance comes when we find the balance between action and detachment. Action is what materializes our dreams in the physical world, but detachment is what keeps our minds and hearts open to infinite possibilities. When we cling to a single outcome, we limit the ways in which the universe can surprise us. But by letting go, we allow something even greater and more aligned with our purpose to enter our lives without the weight of anxiety or doubt. Action and detachment are two sides of the same coin. Prosperity doesn't manifest solely through relentless effort or passive waiting. It's the result of a delicate dance between doing and allowing, between pursuing your dreams and trusting that, at the right moment, what's meant for you will come. And it's in this harmony that you discover life has much more to offer than you ever imagined. All you need to do is keep taking steps forward, and then allow the path to unfold before you. The mind creates thoughts, but it's the heart that breathes life into them. When your emotions are aligned with what you desire, you create a magnetic force that draws everything that resonates with your deepest feelings. This is what Buddhism refers to as heart coherence. In this state, where the mind and heart work together, you generate powerful energy that spreads throughout the universe, shaping your reality. When you feel gratitude, joy, and trust, you emit a vibration that impacts everything around you and, more importantly, attracts opportunities and people that match that energy. It's not just an abstract idea. Heart coherence is a physical, tangible state that can be felt in your body. When we are internally harmonious, our emotions become a real magnet for abundance. Feelings like fear and doubt block the flow, while positive emotions open the path for good things to happen. Life responds to the frequency we're vibrating at, and when we are in tune with what we truly desire, the universe finds ways to bring it to us. And here's the key point. The heart doesn't just respond to what's happening externally. It responds primarily to what you choose to feel inside. When you consciously decide to feel prosperous, worthy, and abundant, even before seeing these things manifest in the physical world, you're already creating the conditions for them to become real. It's a shift in perception that turns the future into the present. By feeling rich within, even if your circumstances don't yet reflect it, you send a clear message to the universe: I am ready to receive. In Buddhism, the concept of impermanence teaches us that everything in the external world is constantly changing. What feels like scarcity today can become abundance tomorrow. What is doubt now can become certainty. However, what remains stable is how we feel inside. When we maintain a state of peace, gratitude, and trust, we allow abundance to come to us without the blocks created by anxiety or fear of loss. Clarity of purpose, combined with a genuine feeling of worthiness, is what transforms our thoughts into reality. Aligning your emotions with your desires is the final key to creating abundance. Feel the wealth before you see it. Feel abundant even before any external evidence appears. When your heart is at peace and aligned with your dreams, the universe responds generously. Because in the end, it's not just what you think that attracts abundance, but what you deeply feel within yourself. This alignment between mind and heart is the secret to transforming your reality and living in true abundance. Now that you understand how true abundance begins within you, the question remains: what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue to be trapped by old beliefs of scarcity, or will you decide that it's time to change? Transformation doesn't happen by accident. It begins with a conscious choice. And that choice is in your hands right now. What will it be? Will you keep accepting that life is difficult? Or will you open yourself up to the possibility that everything you desire is closer than you think? If you've made it this far, something inside you is already awakening to a new reality. Now it's time to put all of this into practice. Start by observing your thoughts, replace limiting beliefs with a vision of abundance, and watch how the world responds to your internal shift. Small actions, aligned with a new mindset, can create results that once seemed impossible. Are you ready to live in harmony with prosperity? If this video brought any clarity or inspiration to you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you'll keep receiving content that helps you continue on this journey of transformation and self-discovery. And if this video touched your heart, like it and share it with someone who also needs to hear this message. Change starts now, and you've already taken the first step. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.